What is up, guys? Back here with another adventure in VT. About 65 degrees today. I only have one day off from work this week, so I figured I'd come out and try and get on some bluegill, perch, hopefully bass. But this place typically has some pretty suicidal bluegill, so let's see what we can get into. First crappie, guys. Well, second one out of this body of water. I had no clue they were in here. It's pretty awesome. So, yeah, that's pretty awesome. I fished here quite a bit. This is a small pond in Southern Vermont. So crappie are not that common around here. I mean, you can get them down in the Connecticut River and its setbacks in Lake Bomazine, which is more central Vermont. Other than that, I can't really think of any other place. So I guess that's a white crappie, but I just came here a couple weeks ago and hooked into one of those, and it was a complete surprise. Was not expecting to catch another one, so anyway, we'll add crappie to the list. We've got bluegill so far, really nice bluegill. Now we just need to get bass and perch. I'm using the little clam true blue setup, nothing fancy, probably, well, it's $60 combo with a 10-pound Seagar Red Label leader with a tiny little jig head, one of the Berkeley fake wax worms. I know Rich J from Fishaholic Fishing said he doesn't notice the difference, and honestly, they've worked out great. The real benefit, I don't know if you guys are like me, but I can never keep the 100 wax worms alive. They always get drowned in water, or too hot, or too cold. So that's the beauty of these. You get a bunch of them, it looks like a couple hundred. Yeah, you just keep them in a jar and they're always there for you. I'm just hooking one on the end of this little jig head, and yeah, it's working really well. They're only about 4 feet under the ice, which is pretty cool. So now that I've kind of dialed in a bite, let's see what else we can get. Well, guys, I was pretty much fishing all day with this tiny little jig head, and I was really trying to catch a small fish, small enough to put on a tip up. And it took a while, but I finally did catch a nice little bluegill. Just actually got a nice largemouth on it on the tip up. So during that time, I had switched over to the magic beam try to get a bass on a jig rod, but now I'm back to the tiny little jig head, and it's just fun to catch stuff after it gets slow. Been about, felt like 2 hours before catching anything. So yeah, let's see if there's still some bluegill down here. I'm using those, I think it's Polar Pro big game tip-ups. They're the kinds that look like 5-gallon bucket lids. They're actually really awesome. One thing though, and that's why I'm listening out, is sometimes the spool will spin so fast in that little T that's at the top. It'll spin so fast that it doesn't let the flag actually flip up, but you can hear it. And so that's what I'm listening out for. I've actually got those rigged up with 20-pound Trilene XT because I was pike fishing last week. But the largemouth seem to not mind the thicker line diameter. I have my spring bobber set up like this, and I've seen a lot of different ways of doing it, but for some reason this is just the most intuitive to me. It's so similar to, you know, having an ice rod with the fiberglass, you know, the built-in spring bobber. Keeps all the eyelets in line. It folds right over when you get a fish, and it just gives you a very accurate reading. We're in about 8 to 12 feet of water. It kind of varies. Earlier the fish were down only 4 or 6 feet, but I've caught a couple off the bottom. That's normally my go-to, is let it drop right to the bottom and reel up, you know, 6 or 8 inches. Sometimes let it drop right on the bottom and kind of snap it up to create a little mud cloud down there. That's proven, I think, effective for me in a couple instances. So as you guys might be able to tell, I finally got a new camera. I ended up going with the CANON T7i. The reason I went with that is I couldn't afford the ADD, so that was flat out simple. Originally I'd looked at the T6i, and once I started saving up some money from my 30th birthday, which happened recently, a little bit from Christmas, I started shopping at the next step up from T6i. And once discovering the T7i, I'm so glad I did. First of all, it has a lot of more new aspects to it. I think it was released in early 2017, whereas the T6i, I believe, was running with hardened software from 2015. So it's pretty awesome. It's got the built-in Wi-Fi feature. You can control the camera with your iPhone, which is pretty awesome. Some of you guys are probably familiar with GoPro's feature that does the same thing. One big difference, and of course I'm using an older GoPro, I think it's the 3 Plus, is that the lag time between the camera and the smartphone is horrendous. It's like 3-second delay probably. With this Canon paired with the cell phone, I was blown away. It's like you can just barely notice the delay, and that is with motion and focus. When it's zoomed in, it doesn't work as well, but it's pretty awesome. I'm very excited. I got the bundle with the 18 to 135 millimeter lens. I really like it. I wanted something that I could just have one all-around lens. It's got pretty good zoom range. It seems to have really nice bokeh. It's big, but I kind of like it. Anyway, yeah, so that's the 18 to 135 STM kit lens. So far, big 2 thumbs up. I'm not using a external microphone. I kind of chinsed out with that. I'm going to be ordering one soon. I might actually try that Trackstar $30 shotgun mic. It got pretty darn good reviews, and it's a fraction of the price from even the basic Rode mic. Anyway, yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the newer content. I wish I could catch fish for you here. I guess I haven't really been paying attention. Anyway, yeah, we're down here in Southern Vermont. We're about a half an hour from the New Hampshire border. about 45 minutes from the Massachusetts border, about an hour from the New York border that way. So it's kind of a good south central location. We have a lot of nice smaller bass ponds. There's one. A lot of panfish. This pond has the most beautiful bluegill though. Oh yeah, classic. Well, I guess he'll have that Berkeley gold waxworm. Hopefully he doesn't actually eat it. Yeah, so like I was saying, mostly the fishing around here is small little bass ponds or lakes, they'll sometimes be called. You know, like 50 to 100 acres. We have some larger bodies of water. The Connecticut River kind of dominates the fishing scene around here, but I fish it a lot from shore, but I seldom really get out on it in a boat. But they really have everything there. Walleye, pike, muskie even, black crappie, white crappie, largemouth and big smallmouth. It's a pretty awesome body of water. But up here mostly it's largemouth fishing. We have a couple lakes with smallmouth, one with pike. I was ice fishing last week, I'm not sure if you guys saw that. We have some nice smallmouth waters. Somerset Reservoir is a huge body of water that's just loaded with small to medium smallmouth. That's fun fishing. And just across the border in New Hampshire we have a lot of nice lakes, Spofford and stuff like that. So anyway. There's another one. They put up a nice fight. Nice kill, nice kill. That's pretty standard for this pond. It's a perfect beater. If I felt like dealing with it, which I don't. Well guys, all in all, it was a pretty good day. Yeah, a little bit slow at the end there, but we were able to kind of get the whole gambit of species. We got bluegill, we got perch, the mighty largemouth bass, and that white crappie. Pretty much the only species we are missing there from this particular body of water is the chain pickerel, so I'm sure you guys aren't going to shed a tear over that. I'm sure you're not going to lose sleep over it, but anyway, that was fun. Nice springtime conditions. It's pretty rare you get to fish in a t-shirt in February, so that was pretty awesome. Still about a solid 20 or more inches of ice there, so I can't wait for that to thin up. And yeah, hopefully next Thursday, that's my next day off, I can get out there and catch some more fish. In the meantime, pray for me because it's President's Week here. It's been an absolute nightmare at work. So anyway, I'm thinking about doing a 2,000 subscribers kind of random giveaway slash photo contest, and I'm thinking the prize is going to be 1 or 2 free lift tickets to Okemo Mountain Resort down here in Southern Vermont. So anyway, stay tuned for those details. Yeah, I'll let you know. All right, I'm out of here.